Hi, my name is Catherine Shaw, and here at the Science Class, we just want to enable scientists to be able to share what they're researching and what they're excited about. So this is a video to help you, if you're planning on making a Science Class video, to prepare and to know what to expect. And I'm going to give 4 tips to help you prepare to make your Science Class video. So the first thing that I do when I'm getting ready to make a presentation is I spend a lot of time thinking about what I want to share. So the first thing that you need to do is to sit down and just think about your presentation. So the things that I am asking myself is, why would this matter, this thing that I'm studying, why does this matter for the public? Because we're sharing this on YouTube and we don't know who's going to see it. So why would it matter to the public? Another thing that I would ask myself is, why is this project exciting? And specifically, why does this make me excited? Why do I get up in the morning and go to do this research? I must be excited about some aspect of it. So I want to make sure that I know why I'm excited, and I want to think about these things first. The second thing that I do is I draw it out. So when you're doing a science class presentation, you want there to be more pictures than there are words. This one is going to be kind of an exception because I'm making sure that you can see my different points, but I'm going to try to use as many pictures as I can in my presentation. And when you finish your video, you want your last frame to be able to tell the story. So imagine you've written everything out and you take a screenshot of the last frame of your video. You want your illustrations to be able to tell the story by themselves. They should be self-explanatory and able to follow if somebody just was able to see the last picture of your video. And just a couple practical things that go along with drawing it out. The first thing is that you want to make sure that you have a window for your face. So you need to figure out some area of your illustration where you are not going to have any drawing or illustration so that you can constantly have your face in the screen and not, covered by what you're drawing. So one thing when you're drawing it out is plan to have a space where your face will fit so that you're not covered by what you're writing. Second thing is to keep in mind whether you're left-handed or right-handed. And the reason why this matters is that if you are left-handed, you have an advantage because you want to start on the left side of the board and work your way to the right. So if you're left-handed, you can be in your window and writing with your left hand, and that's great. But if you're right-handed like me, you're going to have to cross over your body, and that's kind of awkward, and you can tend to then maybe just use the right side of the board and not fill the board. So keep in mind whether you're left-handed or right-handed and prepare accordingly. So if you're right-handed, you're going to be crossing over, and you're going to have to keep in mind to use the left side of the board and then to also move out of the way once you've written something to make sure that you're not covering yourself up too much. Another thing, which I've already kind of mentioned, is to fill the board. Make sure you use the whole space. So sometimes you're going to be feeling like you're writing comically large, and that's okay. You want to do that. And then another thing is color. Use the colors to your advantage. You usually have 4 colors that we're working with, and so you can use those to organize your thoughts. So for different sections, you can organize it with different colors. If things are connected, you can use the same color for those things. So make sure that you use different contrasting colors when you're making these. So that's all for drawing it out first. And you want to have an idea, like I'll have a piece of paper, and on that paper will be what the final picture is going to look like. So like my paper for this looks like this, and so this is what my board is going to look like at the end of the video. You want to know what that kind of looks like ahead of time and plan it out and draw it out. So that's the second tip. Third tip is to be excited. So when you come up here to the science class for the first time, it's going to be pretty intimidating. There's a lot of lights coming in and you're talking to a camera in front of you. It can feel kind of impersonal and kind of weird, definitely your first time you come in here. And so the tendency is to look serious while you're doing your presentation. So the habit that I needed to get myself into when I started was when I came out and introduced myself, I introduced myself with a smile. So then that smile would hopefully carry in through the rest of my video. And also when I'm talking about something that I am excited about, I make sure that, like in my mind, that I'm going to use a word of excitement like cool or awesome or neat somewhere in my video, and if I haven't, I do it again and make sure I put it somewhere, because you want to make sure that your audience knows that you are excited about what you're sharing. And because if you are excited, they can be excited too. So number 3, you need to make sure that you're excited. Do whatever you can do to calm yourself when you come up here. Do a couple runs so you get used to it. Something that I do is I'll like tell myself a little joke before I go on when I'm nervous, so that when I come on, I'm already kind of like laughing about a joke I just heard. So whatever you need to do, you can figure that out and just to make sure that you look excited while you're giving this video. And my 4th and last tip is kind of a more practical thing with the shirt that you're wearing. So when you come in here, you want to make sure that, just for practicality, that you're wearing a dark shirt that doesn't have words and that doesn't have any like too distracting designs on it. And the reason for that is we have a dark background and light markers, and the purpose of that is to be able to create contrast. So if you have a really light shirt on and you're standing in front of the words, it's just going to blend in with your shirt. So make sure that you wear a dark shirt, and if you have words on your shirt, how the science glass works is that if you're looking on the other side of my glass right now, all of my words are backwards that I've just written here, but it flips the image on the computer. So if you're wearing a shirt that has words on it, it's also going to flip the image of your shirt and all your words are going to be backwards, and that looks weird and that's kind of distracting. Also, make sure that you don't really wear a shirt with a complicated design. One time I came in with a shirt that had a bunch of little small polka dots, and just on the camera digitally it looked really weird, and the camera was confused and it looked kind of trippy. So just wear a plain dark shirt when you come in here, just for a practical thing. So these are my 4 tips. First, you want to think it through. Second, you want to draw it out and think about these little practical things just by the nature of it being a light board. Third, you want to make sure that you're excited about what you're working on. And fourth, keep in mind what you're wearing, dark shirt with no words on it. So thank you for watching, and I'm excited to see your new science class video, and I hope this helped. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching another presentation here at the science class. If you want to know more about the research that you just heard about, check the video description below for a link to that lab's website. And if you want to see more presentations like this in the future, you can subscribe to us by clicking this button here. Thanks very much.